Today, I think I'm going to show you guys how to do a little farming. No, I'm going to show you guys how to glue a carved top onto a flat back for doing Les Pauls. Hey everybody, this is Farmer Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. So today I want to show you guys how I'm going to glue a pre-carved Les Paul top to a ready-to-go Les Paul back. And the secret, if you haven't already figured it out yet, is the off-body alignment pinholes made possible by our good friends at Maximum Guitar Works. So if you watch some of the other videos that I've done, you've seen the off-body alignment pins in action. But this is a top that Steve pre-carved for us, just because I asked him to do so, and he's a nice guy, and I paid him. Anyway, so we're going to glue this onto. Here it is. We're going to glue it onto our back, and it's going to be super cool. Now, this body blank here, I just sent through the thickness sander the other day, so it's pretty good, nice and flat. However, when you start to carve things and relieve tension from the wood, it can affect how flat the back is. So what we're going to do is, and this is kind of the genius of this setup, and this was something that Steve and I talked about. He's like, well, how are you going to glue it down? I'm like, I want this part to be flat. So I'm going to actually put this part on my on the base of my thickness sander. I'm going to sand the back flat, and I'm going to use a special MDF sled. And what's going to happen here is I'm going to poke the pins through, and they're going to hold it to my MDF sled. I'm going to run this through my thickness sander and just make sure that everything is nice and flat before I glue it up. And I'm not going to take off much, just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, so I got some pencil lines here so I can see everything. Then we're going to smear some glue on it and take it over to the press. I've got a couple of these that I'm going to do. One's all the way carved and one is just stepped, which will allow me to get creative with the carve later on. So first things first though, we're going to smooth this out and make sure it's nice and flat. Alright, so as you guys can see here, this looks pretty good. All my pencil lines are gone. Now all I have to do is pop it off of my MDF sled. Poke these pins out, because I don't need them anymore. Well, not these anyway. Ready to dry clamp, if you will, this my top to my back, and it sure looks good, you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the other one ready and go through the same motions. And I would like to get the top on the stepped top the same thickness as this one, so that the guitars are as identical as can humanly be possible. After we glue them up and get everything done. So that looks good. Let's switch to the other one now and we'll get it going too. So again, it's as simple as pulling this guy off. And setting it on my MDF template here. And again, because I've got a perimeter of flat stuff, it should be no big trick to put this on my flat MDF, send it through, and get rid of any little imperfections off the back, as well as make it the same thickness as the last one. Okay. All right, gang, this one is all thicknessed and smoothed out. Again, the reason that I wanted to thickness this one was so it would match the other one. This one was actually quite a bit flatter, so as it turns out, it didn't need it, but in the interest of doing things the same on each one, I thought I would go ahead and do it. So this one's ready to go. Again, we'll just pop this off of the MDF sled, and we'll be ready to put it onto the lefty template here. And again, we'll just quickly dry clamp this and test fit it. And it looks awfully good. There's no weird gaps or anything like that. So we are ready to glue this down. Now, I said we're ready to glue this down. So one of the neat things about having the top that's pre-carved or like this is it's still got flats right here. So if you're using clamps, you can clamp around all this area here, or if you're going to be using something cool like our bearing press that we've converted into a glue rig, we're just going to mash them down and we can do multiples at a time. So what we're going to do is we're going to smear glue all over these the backs. Pop the tops on there, and the pins will hold the tops in place, and then we'll put them in the bearing press, and happy meal for us, we'll be doing good. So let's jump in and do that right now. One thing that I want to do, I try to remember to do this every time, is to put a screw where the pickups are going to go, to just kind of press down a little bit in the middle, because right now everything is pressing along the edge, which is probably all we need. But we're just going to hedge our bets a little bit. So it's easy to do. Again, you just kind of line up the old pins here. And again, we're not looking for, supreme accuracy, because we're just going to go right in the center of where the pickups will go. This one's a lefty. So we're going to pre-drill for a couple of screws, and we'll zip those in after we get glue on everything, press everything down, and I think that is going to be all we need to do. Just to show you guys how not critical the placement is on these. I'm not even going to do it on the drill press. But I am going to countersink the holes. Clean up the backs. And these screw holes will disappear, obviously, when we put the pickup cavities in. Okay, so again, these are just going to kind of press down a little bit in the center. The screw force will just press a little bit right here, and that should be a good thing. I'm going to put my glue on this surface here, so I want to put tape over my off-body alignment pin holes. have this cool roller. I forget what it's called, but it's for printing or something. I think it's called a broder. I don't know.
Did you just make that up?
I didn't, actually. I think it's really what it's called. Ugh. Ugh. Making a mess, fucking shit up. All right, so I'm gonna put glue on these guys here, and really I just need it around the perimeter. You know what I mean? I don't need to go into this neighborhood. And I don't need any, I don't need a whole bunch where I just got it right in there. I don't need that. And okay. You know, we used to use weenie rollers for this, but this is neat because it's reusable. I have even gotten glue on here and forgotten that I got glue on here, and then like washed it off weeks later. So I'm a fan of this tool. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. But you can get yours from Amazon or wherever you want. Okay, that looks pretty good. Look good to you, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like to put this on the side of the bench so I get it in my pants later, because that's always good for laughs. All right, this is the lefty. This is the righty. Put a couple of screws right in here, and then we'll take it over to the glue press and smush it. Crap, now you can drill. So at this point, the screws are actually helping keep the tops from shimmying around, and you could press the off-body alignment pins out, but I found that if you put tape over the pinholes, you can pop those through after the glue sets up, and there's not enough glue that gets on in these areas to have it matter. If it does, you do have the holes on the other side. You can just put the templates back on, or just use the holes that are already here and just drill through the rest of the way. All right. All right, so like I was saying, if you have clamps, you can just use them. Or if you have a bearing press, you can use that. And by the way, gang, if you're doing a lot of this stuff, this bearing press has been a really cool addition to the shop. The only thing I need to figure out how to do is hook up my drill to this, and I've seen a couple of YouTube videos on this very thing. I could save 30 seconds per 8 guitars. All right. As you can see, it's starting to squeeze out. And watch it all the way around. If you don't get full squeeze out, it's not that big of a deal, because remember, especially on this one, it goes way in before it actually starts to get to the outline of the body. And we know for a fact that this is all nice and flat. And I didn't put a buttload of glue on this on the outside, so you're probably not going to get full squeeze out here. But you can see it here on the edge, and you can see it all the way in there. So this is looking good. We're going to let this sit overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you guys what it looks like after it's all glued up. Again, if you wanted to just use regular clamps, you could clamp all the way around the perimeter of the guitar, and that would work too, but I have this, so we're going to use it. All right, we'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, you guys, it's been over 24 hours, and I'm pretty sure our glue is dry. Let's have a look at what our body blanks look like here. We'll just release the tension on the old bearing press glue jig. So this looks pretty terrific. I think we're gonna need to pull the screws, poke these pins out, and if at any point we need to do some work on flattening the backs, remember we still have this flat edge here. So let's pull the other one out, pull the screws, push the pins through, and take a look at everything. Okay, I've got my screws pulled out from the middle, and I've got some pins. The pins that were the off-body alignment pins that were holding my top where it needed to be on my back. And now, before we go too much further and cut the outline out, I want to put my control cavity cover recesses in, because I still have a flat section here. Now, if you notice that anything kind of got like cupped or domed on these flat spots or the back of the mahogany, now is the time to take care of that with your while you still have flats on both sides. So as soon as you cut this stuff off, you're not going to be able to rest it on the, you're not going to be able to rest it on this side again, okay? So let's see. I want to use my my off-body alignment pins to put my template back on and do the control cavity cover recesses. But you'll notice my template ain't exactly got a whole lot of place to attach itself to. So I am going to stack the templates. I'm going to stack the one of the big ones on here first, and it's going to rest on all this flat surface, and then I'm going to stack my other template on, and you'll just see here in a second. Okay, so the first template that I'm going to use actually is this bigger one for the, this was the one that we used for the wire race. Okay. And I'm going to just attach this template to the body, and then I'm going to stack this one onto it. Now when I go over to my pin router, my template can't wiggle around a lot. Of course, you could do this with the old school router and just go around like that, but that doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun to me. So we're going to go with this setup, and if you don't have a pin router, then this guy would work. Just go ahead and put the template on the side that you want to remove the material from. Okay? All right, let's go over to the pin router and have a peek at this guy in action. Alright, as you guys can see, I've got my control cavity cover recesses for my potentiometers and for my switch. I did this in on both of the bodies, and then I went ahead and drew an outline of what the guitar looks like. I don't know if you can see that on here or not. And I went proud of my template. And that way, when I go to cut this out on the bandsaw, I know I'm going to have extra, which is what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to cut outside the line, and we're going to clean up the maple and the mahogany, and we are going to be super styling. And then you'll be able to see just how good of a glue joint we were able to get gluing a carved top to a flat back. All right, let's go to the bandsaw. So look at that. You guys can start to see already just how clean this is going to be. Well, I rough cut this one out, but I think my camera didn't get turned on when I was cutting it out. Fortunately, I have the other one, which was to the exact same phase as this one was. So I'm going to try it again, and if I have both if I end up having both this one cutting out and the other one cutting out, then happy meal. If not, I'll at least have the one. So, but as you can see, gang, the glue joint looks pretty excellent, and this guitar is going to be ready for all of the other stuff that we're going to do to it. But let's go ahead and get on the other guitar. It's already marked out. We're just going to go ahead and run it across the bandsaw, and I've got a 3/8 blade on my bandsaw, so I'm not getting in super tight in the cutaway. Don't worry, the pin router is going to make short work of that. I think it's also getting a little dull, so it's kind of getting a little wonky. I probably need to replace the blade here sooner rather than later. But I think we have enough for one more body. Let's go ahead and run it real quick. Okay, like I was saying, my blade's getting awfully dull and it's wanting to wander around a little bit. But this gives you an idea of just how good this looks. Now we can put our template back on here and run this over. Again, your table router would do it if you had a bearing on the bottom, or you could use a shaper if you had the opportunity. But of course, you know, we're going to use the pin router. All right, guys, of course, here is everyone's favorite part where we begin to transform this amorphous blob into a super cool Les Paul style guitar. And I'm gonna need to make a couple of adjustments here. I think we're ready. So every so often people ask me why I only go as deep as I go on the pin router and then follow it up with the bearing bit on the table router. And the fact is, I don't really have a very good explanation for that. I guess I just do. So either way works fine. I do like to always leave a little bit of material between my pin and my cutter. Just because, you know, I don't know, it seems like a good thing to do. And if you've ever slammed a spinning, whirring 10,000 RPM router bit into a steel pin, you might be a little gun shy too. So anyway, so here is our Les Paul style body, and as you guys can see, the glue joint looks really good. There's some burns. Where is there? There's a burn right here. That's from my router bit. All that stuff will sand away. Of course, my off-body alignment pin, little nubs, tits, they'll get ground off after we do everything else, like neck pocket, pickup routes, all that other stuff. But that's a video for another time. Who knows, maybe we won't even do that video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So yeah, I hope that you guys liked this quick tutorial of how to glue a carved top, pre-carved top to a mahogany back. Let me tell you guys something. If you want to come out and build a Les Paul with us at one of our workshops, we just added, just yesterday as a matter of fact, a workshop called Build a Classic Les Paul, and it includes everything but pickups. So you'll get wood and inlay and binding and tuners and bridge and everything that's not pickups. all the potentiometers and switches and stuff. Because one thing, I don't know what pickups you guys want, so we just made it to where you have to bring the pickups. And of course, it also includes paint. That's in December of 2023. Right now, no one signed up for that, and of course, that's 10 months away. But if you want to come out and build a Les Paul with us using these techniques, we would love to have you, and it would be a happy meal for everybody. And boy, this could be under the Christmas tree. I know it's February, it's a little early to start thinking about Christmas for yourself. Or is it? So guys, let me know what you think. If you'd like to sign up for that workshop, link in the description below, texastoastguitars.com under classes. Build a classic Les Paul. It's actually less money than going out and buying a Les Paul. Anyway, so if you guys like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. If you appreciate content like this, you might want to go over to our Patreon page and consider becoming a member. You can also become a member on YouTube. Even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring you guys neat stuff like this. But if you can't do that, we absolutely understand. Just like the video, share the video as many places as you can think of, and help us grow the channel that way. So until next time, I have to speed up because you guys always click off. So until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast, reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube channel. That's what I did. We'll see you guys next time. Maybe more on this, maybe an all new project. I don't know. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.